welcome back to my channel, CZ.fit here, and I hope you guys are all doing well. So welcome to another full day of eating, where I haven't done one in a while, but your girl is now on a mini diet. Not that she really wants to be, which makes it harder because when you have no motivation to diet, it's like, what is the point? But it is coach's orders. He wants me to be just slightly leaner before we go into Christmas. Also just to make sure that we can build up my calories again to a very nice point before my next prep, which is I think like 3-4 months away. I'm not really looking forward to it. May not do another season, may just continue building because I know I need a lot more muscle. And I don't know, I'm very comfortable just being heavier. I never thought I would be in a position where I would say this, but honestly, I am very comfortable right now I'm like 9 kgs above stage weight, and yeah, very content, enjoying my food, enjoying my strength. Yeah, so that's why this dieting phase has been a bit like, oh, because every time I'm on the Stairmaster, I'm just like, I'm not motivated to lose fat. It's a bit weird, but I'm really not motivated. I'm feeling quite comfy being thicker. But anyways, I am now on a dieting phase, a mini cut, so I thought I would bring you guys along to my full day of eating, kind of have a look at the meals that I am opting for that are higher in volume, that are better suited towards dieting to, you know, make sure I don't get too hungry here. So for breakfast, we will be starting off with a cream of rice bowl. Typically, I wouldn't have cream of rice in the morning just because it's not as high in volume, but it is very cold, and I was going to have a yogurt bowl, but I am kind of freezing right now, so all I want is just like a nice warm bowl of cream of rice. Actually, I will make oats. No, I don't have any oats at home. Oats are usually higher volume than cream of rice, so yeah, I'm gonna make cream of rice. So let's go ahead and make my breakfast, and then I will just take you guys along with me during this day with all my meals. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this full day of eating, and let's go ahead and have that first meal. As always, if you do enjoy these videos, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you never miss another video from me. It really does support my channel, it really supports me, and I really do appreciate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and make some food. Because it's almost nearing Christmas as well, I have my cream of rice here, which is in the gingerbread flavor, and it's just super festive. I don't know, it just makes me feel nice and warm and festive, and you know, that's what you need when you're kind of freezing in the UK. If you're from the UK, you probably can relate right now. It's really bloody cold outside. I did not sign up for this, but yeah, I'm gonna make my cream of rice with gingerbread today. I also do have cinnamon cereal flavor and also sticky toffee, but I just feel like gingerbread is, you know, what I'm kind of going for. And then I am going to top it off with some protein powder. I'm gonna put some Greek yogurt on it, and then also my, do I want salted caramel? Yes, salted caramel and gingerbread. That's a nice mix. So I'm just gonna have my salted caramel protein here from Blessed. I'm gonna mix that with some yogurt and then top it on top of my cream of rice. So yeah, maybe I should just stop like telling you what I'm gonna do and actually do it. On the spaces. Okay, so I've just microwaved my cream of rice for 1.5 minutes so that it's nice and, I don't know, cooked. Don't know how else to explain it. And I'm just gonna top it off with some phage. Is that how you pronounce it? Fagi? Fagi? Faye. It literally says how to pronounce it here. I've always called it phage. Faye yogurt, and then I'm just gonna mix some protein powder into it as well, and then top it off with some blueberries for volume and because I just love my berries. Is it just me or do you guys also lick the bottom of the bowls? Because like it's so hard to get the last bit of like, whether it's ice cream or like yogurt out, it's just like so this will be my first meal of the day, and what I would suggest is if you are mixing protein powder with yogurt, go for something that's a bit like more liquidy. So I've used the Greek yogurt obviously, which is already quite thick, but if you were to use any other yogurt that's not as thick, it does mix a lot easier. It does make a very nice kind of like fluffy thick consistency though if you were to use protein powder with very thick, how many times do I have to say thick yogurt. Clearly there is a you know, underlying message here is that Chin Yang does not want to be dieting and she wants to be thick right now. Wink wink if my coach sees this. I would suggest something that's a little more liquidy so it's easier to mix together, but it's just, it depends on what consistency you want to go for, you know, like the world is your oyster. If you want something that's more like frosting like, go for the Greek yogurt. If you want something that's more liquidy that you want to drizzle on top, use lighter yogurt. So I don't know, like Alpro soya yogurt or any sort of other yogurt that's just more liquidy. Anyways, I'm gonna go have this and then I'm gonna crack on with some work. It is a working day for me, so just doing some client programs and then also editing another YouTube video which will be up when this is up. So if you want to find out more tips on how to lose weight without tracking your macros, without tracking calories, just by implementing small little daily things that you can in your, you know, routine, definitely go check that out. I will link the link here or in the description below. Go have a little search, see what you find. But yeah, gonna go enjoy this and I'll catch you guys at my next meal. Okay guys, so we are back ready for meal 2 and we have Alia in the house.
Can you hear me crunching my cereal?
Maybe. Give this video a like if you can hear Alia crunching her cereal.
More.
Keep crunching. Keep crunching. Anyways, meal 2, lunch. It's funny, I always just call my meals numbers now. My lunch will be some salad, some potatoes because high volume. So if you are looking for a good carb source whilst you are dieting, hi Alia, whilst you are dieting, no it's fine, go for starchy carbs because you will get so much more volume out of them. Like if you are still trying to eat rice and pasta at the end of a diet, you are literally boiling like 20 grams of, you know, rice and pasta at that point, and there's firstly no point in doing that because effort, and 20 grams of rice is literally like a teaspoon of rice. So you might as well just opt for potatoes because you are going to get so much more volume out of them, and it's just going to be a lot more satisfying eating a bigger portion of food than nibbling away at your grain of rice. So we will be opting for potatoes for my carb source, and then protein wise will be prawns because again, if you are dieting and you are wanting high volume, white fish, prawns, cod, anything like that, so much better than going for chicken, you know, or say salmon or beef, because the fat content in those other meats are a lot higher, whereas prawns is literally just protein. Like there is nothing else in this but protein. So you're going to get a lot more volume out of this. You're going to be able to make a substantial meal. So this was actually my prep diet, and I can't believe I am back on this. Actually, no, I didn't have potatoes in prep. That would have been a luxury. Did not have potatoes. So yeah, let's go ahead and make meal 2. Again, and I've just gotten my nails done, so we went for a pastel pink. I had like bright blue just before, but I've got a glitzy wear photo shoot on Thursday, so 2 days time, and I was like, do I need to bring anything? Like, do you want me to, you know, help with anything? Do I need to bring like, I don't know, shoes or anything that you need? And then she was just like, Carly, who's the owner of Glue was like, no, just bring yourself some white shoes in. Oh yeah, just make sure you don't have any, you know, really bright like out there nails. Just something neutral will be great, not anything too bright like, you know, like green or red or blue. And I was like, he had blue nails, so I've just gotten them redone, and I am just here now doing some form checks for my clients. So I get all my girls just to send me videos of them performing their exercises, especially new new clients. So basically a massive rundown on, you know, all the exercises that they are doing, especially the first week, just to make sure that we are laying those foundations in place. Because it's one thing to have an exercise program, but it's another thing, okay, it's one thing to have a program, it's another thing to show up and be consistent, but the underlying thing for you and your progress is actually how you are executing, because the amount of people who think they are executing correctly but they're actually not, and you know, that's completely natural, it's completely okay. Like when you are self-taught and if you have been trying to do things yourself, completely natural for you to not be nailing your form, because you know, you don't know any better and you haven't had anyone tell you any better. I really do respect people who go out and just try things themselves first. I do just basically have all my girls send my videos, well, not my videos, their videos, and I will just go through them, usually in the mornings one round and then in the evenings one round. That is kind of how I, you know, organize my time. I think it's very important that you time slot things when you run your own business. It's very easy to get overwhelmed and to feel like you have to do all these different things at once, especially if, say, you know, your clients are sending you form checks or messages and questions at different times of the day. It's very easy to feel like all you do during the day is just reply to messages. And you know, I think if you're an online coach or if you are someone running your own business and you have other people involved, say like clients or just, I don't know, other staff members, I think, you know, it is very important that you are able to just block out time for yourself and know exactly what you're doing at what time. So yes, maybe someone will message you something, but unless it's urgent and they are freaking dying, like, you know, it's important to set those boundaries in place and then really block out time, because there are other things that you have to do. For, say, if you're a coach, your programs that need to be written, you have marketing. If you're doing your own marketing, you need to be able to sit down and have a time where you can actually write copy, right? Like you have to brainstorm your ideas, think about how you're going to write out your copy, plan all your content, and you can't be doing that very efficiently if, you know, you're halfway through typing a caption and then suddenly you're going to do a form check and then you're suddenly going to reply to messages and then you're suddenly, you know, doing other stuff. So that is one thing that I really have learned, because when I first started, obviously that was something I was doing. I always had my WhatsApp open, I always had my phone, and I was just like I literally was just sitting waiting for messages. And like, you know, I realized that with productivity and actually the quality of my other work, I couldn't get much done because I would be focused on one thing for 5 minutes and then I would be distracted by a message. And yeah, it's worked a lot better now that I just literally time block everything. And I think it also brings more value for when I am replying to messages. I'm actually present in the moment. I'm not trying to, you know, switch between tasks. Like I am sat down, I'm like, okay, right now I am replying to people, or right now I am doing form checks. And I think it is a lot better when you do have everything time blocked. But yeah, that is what I'm doing, and I just thought I would quickly pop in here and just say this is my, not my next meal, but this is a dieting tip, I guess. Like if you are finding yourself hungry and you are dieting, which is natural, fizzy drinks, so low calorie drinks, this is pretty much like 2 calories per 250 milliliters. So this whole bottle is 500 milliliters, so this is 4 calories for the whole thing, so it's pretty much like no calories. You really don't need to track this stuff if you are tracking or on a diet. You don't need to track 0 calorie / 2 calorie drinks. Please don't do that. You will drive yourself freaking nuts and insane. Ooh, it's a bit bright. But yeah, so just gonna have this because it's fizzy, it's sweet, it's going to satisfy my sweet cravings, it's going to leave me feeling a bit fuller because I have bubbles in my stomach. I feel like I'm back on prep now, but I'm just being dramatic, and I'm just going to finish off these form checks before I go and make my next meal. But I just do want to get this all done before I start cooking and get myself in the kitchen. And then I do have 4K steps left, which I will probably just do whilst I'm cooking, and then whilst I am doing some engagement on Instagram and then doing some posts for tomorrow, I will just get my steps in. So it is just about really scheduling in everything you need to do, and that way you will find you'll be able to get more stuff done each day without feeling too overwhelmed. Yeah, that is a productivity tip, a business tip, and now I'm going to get back to form checks. Hey guys, and we are back in the kitchen where you guys always see me pretty much doing all my videos, because the kitchen is the best place in the flat, right? So next meal wise, I'm just gonna check my fitness pal. Basically I always log my meals, you can't see it, but basically I always log my meals beforehand into my fitness pal. This is something I tell all my clients, what I recommend my clients to do, but obviously they are adults and they can make up their own minds whether they want to listen to me, but I do suggest to them that if they are tracking macros, that to remove any food focus, to know that they will be hitting their macros towards the end of the night so that they're not ready to go to bed checking their MyFitnessPal, because that's totally what most people do, being like, oh my gosh, I still have like 20 grams of protein left, I'm not going to be able to finish that, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, have a scoop of protein powder. Yeah, I really do hope that none of you guys are actually checking MyFitnessPal in bed before you're going to bed, checking your macros. Like, make sure you just hit your macros before you get to bed. But anyways, I do always just log my food in beforehand. So for dinner, we will be having the leafy bistro salad again that I was having for lunch because of volume. 6 vegetarian sausages from Linda McCartney, my absolute favorite sausages. If you have seen enough of my videos, you know I always have them. They're very good actually. The macros aren't too bad either. For 6 of them, it's 46.5 grams of protein, 15 grams of fat, and 6 grams of carbs, which is pretty good for something that is vegetarian slash vegan. And then 1 bagel thin, and then 150 grams of potato. So yeah, that will be my dinner. Let's go ahead and make that. It's pretty much a similar meal to what I had for lunch, but I've just got an extra bagel this time. And yeah, just because like I am someone who does like my carbs for the evening, I'm fine with having a lighter meal for lunch. But if I don't have a substantial meal for dinner with nice carbs that make my heart happy, make my soul happy, I will leave feeling very unsatisfied for dinner, and I will most likely fall off my diet if I do not leave dinner satisfied and go to bed satisfied. Hence why I have most of my carbs and my fats towards dinner time and bedtime, because I do not want to F my diet. And to make sure I stick to my macros, I save everything I do love towards the end. So yeah, that is a tip. If you are someone who gets more peckish, more a bit, you know, more, I don't know, greedy towards the end of the day, leave the best stuff for before bed so that you go to bed satisfied and you're not tempted to just be like, F my macros, I'm just gonna overeat. Also, my outfit right now makes me look like a snowman. I'm so cold. I was not made for this weather. No wonder I'm going home. Like, God knew. He was like, Yang is not going to last in London. We must bring her back home to the warmth because this is so cold. I'm like shivering. My bones feel cold. You know when like internally you feel like you're a freezer? Yeah, that is me. Like I'm wearing quite a bit. Well, I'm only wearing 1 layer here and then my fat pants, but you know, I don't want to wear like 4 layers when I'm home. It's just so cold. Like, I didn't ask for this, you know? Okay, so I have my dinner all ready and made here. So we have some potatoes, a bagel thin, and then my sausages. I did have to spread out my salad into a separate bowl because, you know, speaking of volume, it was too voluminous for one plate. So now I have a side salad It's pretty much the same thing with 3 sausages in here, my other 3 sausages here. So yeah, this will be my dinner. And honestly, like if you are dieting or you know you have lower macros to play around with and you really feel like sausages or a burger or something like that, honestly just making like your homemade version is going to save you so much in terms of calories and macros, because you pretty much aren't adding any oils to your fries. So if you feel like fries, just literally cut up some potatoes, sprinkle on some Nando's peri herb spice, whatever it's called, chuck it in the oven, and yeah, you pretty much have your homemade crisps. Obviously they're not going to taste the exact same as, I don't know, McDonald's shoestring fries, but to be fair, I prefer these because they're not greasy, they're not gonna make me feel like afterwards, and they're probably like a quarter of the calories for twice the volume. Same with like sausages. If you are feeling like sausages and a burger or anything like that, just buy your own burger buns or your bagel thins, buy your own sausages. Again, it's going to save you so much in terms of calories, but also just in terms of like the unnecessary amount of ingredients they add in like takeaways, the amount of oil that they use, the amount of artificial stuff that you just don't necessarily need in your burger, in your fries, on your fries, in your sausages, all of that stuff. So if you can, just make, you know, your substitutes at home. Even with like Asian stir fries, like I make my own stir fries at home. They taste banging. They taste like 20 times better than your local Asian store. And they pretty much have like 1% of the oil used in your takeaway store. So it is just about changing your mindset, I guess, because a lot of people think like, oh, it's so boring, like homemade food, like, oh, I don't know what to cook. Honestly, pick a protein, pick some vegetables, stir fry it, put it in the pan, add a little bit of soy sauce, boom, add some chili flakes, boom. Like honestly, I think, you know, the amount of things that you can play around with, the amount of herbs, spices, all these different things, you really can make homemade meals just as enjoyable. But it is about just being a bit more creative, adding different spices, see what it tastes like, you know, use different cooking methods, baking, roasting, stir fry, I don't know, microwaving, air frying. If you have an air fryer, if you're lucky enough to have one. But yeah, I'm just gonna go and enjoy this meal. One TV series that I have picked up, so I personally have never had Netflix. I only just bought it. I just don't get hooked. Like I just end up on my phone. I either go on YouTube or I go on my phone. That is it. But Squid Games, I didn't think it would leave me hooked. I was like, I'm just gonna have one episode. I'm gonna watch one episode, and you know, like it's probably gonna be one of those shows that everyone talks about. It's like Breaking Bad or I don't know, Geordie Shore or whatever. Everyone goes on about it and they're super addicted, and I'm just like, sorry, but I can't get into it. Like my mind just wanders. But Squid Games, something about it, I am addicted. So I'm gonna watch an episode of Squid Games whilst I eat, because I'm really trying hard to not work and eat at the same time, and it's working, you know, it's working. But yeah, no, I am trying very hard to create better boundaries for myself, something I have always struggled with. But having found a TV series that I actually enjoy and I actually want to watch has helped a lot. It's also made me slow down whilst eating, because I'm like, okay, make sure that, you know, I really savor my food throughout the whole episode. And I think what's helped as well is I watch it in Korean, because I just don't think it's right to watch it in English. I don't know, it's just, it feels a bit weird seeing the Korean actors speak English. It just doesn't sit well with me. And I just feel like out of respect, I want to watch it in their own language. So obviously I have subtitles on because I can't actually understand Korean, duh. So it actually makes sure that I am watching and I'm not going on my phone, because sometimes when I do end up going on my phone, I have to go all the way back because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just missed everything because I've just been listening to Korean in the background. So that has really helped. Anyways, I'm gonna go finish this before it gets cold, and I will catch you guys before my next meal, which is my final meal of the day. Obviously it's something sweet, because can't end the day without something sweet. So I'll catch you guys then, and I'm just gonna go and enjoy my dinner. Oh my god, I thought I had stopped recording. Well, since my camera is still recording, here's me enjoying my homemade wedges. It's funny, I haven't even sat down. This is how much of like a natural pig I am. I couldn't even wait to sit down. I just started eating. I really need to go sit down. But it's so good. Just want to finish it now. No, I need to sit down and eat. Okay, so back for our final meal, and very creative here. So I'm just gonna have another bowl of cream of rice. But I shall top it with something fun. I've got these Time Out like wafer bars. They're like chocolate but wafers. They're kind of like Kit Kats but like softer. Anyways, I've got one lying in my cupboard which I might as well finish off, so gonna top it with that, some blueberries and raspberries because it's the only fruit I eat, and then some dark chocolate for my fat sauce. An amazing fat sauce, also really delicious. So people, stop avoiding dark chocolate and just chocolate in general because chocolate is life. I'm gonna make my cream of rice bowl, and something I realized is I'm moving back home soon and we don't have cream of rice in New Zealand. Like, it's just not a thing. I think it's still quite new. That's why like other countries just don't stock it. Like I think the US has like cream of wheat or something. That's like their version. The UK's cream of rice. Even in the UK, it's pretty much just like from like big bodybuilding stores that you can get like massive tubs. You can't find it in the stores. So guys, business idea, don't steal this. You heard it here first. I want to take cream of rice to New Zealand or Australia, so if you think that's a good idea, drop a comment below. But I feel like that would be amazing just because I can't live without cream of rice, and if I'm gonna go home for a few months, I need it. So if I can't buy it from someone else, I'm gonna make it myself. Let's go ahead and make some cream of rice. And I'm feeling sticky toffee pudding this time. Had gingerbread this morning, so I feel like nighttime calls for sticky toffee, you know. So that was my final meal. Obviously had to end on a sweet note. So that wraps up my full day of eating. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along to today. Hopefully also showed you guys how to bulk up your meals. So if you are dieting or if you are just greedy like me and you like high volume foods, you know, just switching your carb sources from say like rice, pasta, bagels, I don't know, bread, to starchy carbs such as potatoes, sweet potatoes, is going to make a world of a difference. Even with like, you know, your protein sources like yogurt is so high volume and it tastes like a dessert, right? So hopefully you guys got some tips out of this as well. Going to wrap up the vlog here. If you guys like this, please make sure to give this video a like. And you know what I'm gonna say next, subscribe. And if you are new here, make sure to hit the bell button so that you never miss another upload from me. And other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night or day. Wherever you are in the world, I'm going to enjoy my cream of rice now in bed, because you always got to save the best stuff for bed, you know? And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!